Hello, and welcome to this week's continuation episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm your host, Ben. All right, it is Wednesday. Monday, you heard a bunch of years. We had me born, Brandon born, Nikki born, all kinds of stuff. We heard about her mom, her side of the family, quitting smoking, I think. I don't remember. But here's the second part of the conversation that I had with her, rounding out the end of the Before She Was Grandma Chronicles. Hope you guys enjoy it. It was a fantastic conversation. Absolutely loved it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.
What got my mom was the gout.
Right, and then the misdiagnosis.
Who develops gout at 92? You know,
saw that.
They gave her the wrong medicine. Yeah. She developed gout, and it really brought her down. So,
all right, where are we at? 88. Nikki's born, and then there was a time where Mom and Phil separate.
Mm-hmm.
He does his thing. Mom is left with the three kids. We moved from the trailer park. At one point, we went from the trailer park to Phil's mom's. And then from there, we went other-ish side of town to Grover's.
Yeah.
And at that point, you took Nikki for a little bit.
Yeah, I had Nikki until she was 5, and she was ready to go to school.
So what was that, like 3 to 5, like 2 years?
I had her, since she was 3 weeks old. Your mom gave her to me. She said, you take care of her. Mm-hmm. So she basically was mine, and I didn't have the bar anymore. And so.
And you were in the apartment? The
Beck Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah. She had her own little apartment room. And you guys would come and spend the weekend with me, us, you know, and we would go places. We'd go to Sedona and we'd do things. And
we searched for the waterfalls. We found a landlocked desert, and we're like, we're going to go find the waterfalls.
I know there's a waterfall someplace.
Was it really a waterfall?
They said it was a waterfall.
All right.
So,
what was it like those 5 years with just Nikki? Like, we would come by. Obviously
it was fun because I had you kids almost every weekend. Mm-hmm. First word I taught Nikki was "mama," and then I taught her who Mama was. There's your mama, you know. But everything had a word. Everything had a name. There was a ceiling. That was a door. That was a door jamb. That was the volume on the TV is the same as, being loud and soft and things with Rihanna not understanding the word understand. You understand the word? But it was fun teaching her how to write her name. She was writing at 3.5, and she did excellent, with her penmanship and this, that, and the other. She still has good penmanship. But
where did I go wrong?
I didn't teach you penmanship. I taught you math.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, well, hey.
I think my junior year, I got tested with with dyslexia, and found it impacted the reading out loud. So I can't read out loud. That sucks. And then some of the comprehension of it. And then the dyslexia also affects my penmanship a little bit. So it's not you. It's my dyslexia. I remember going over there, because we always go over there, and you may or may not have had an illegal cable box in which we were watching wrestling and movies and all the.
I was into wrestling back then.
I don't know how me and Randy got into it, but we got into it for 2.5 years, 98 to like 97 to 99, I think it was. We were real big into it. And you were in that place, that apartment for how long? You were there forever.
I think 12, 13, 14 years. Long time.
It was a long time. Yeah, and you would always take us out. You hung out with. How did you find your way into the deaf community?
Rita got me started, I think, with their church. They always had somebody doing sign language, and it was always fun to speak sign language in church.
Right.
And nobody knows what you're talking about. So she decided to take a class at Phoenix Community College. I said, I'll do that, so we did it together. But it was fun. Although I ended up with a B for the class. I wasn't good at tests. I was good at some tests. I aced a lot of tests, and then I C'd a lot of tests. And I remember always walking back to my car crying because I didn't know the word home. I was there for months, and this is home.
Right.
And the teachers, and everything's silent.
Right.
You get no verbal.
I took a semester, at least one semester of sign language in post high school, and it was weird because it was like the quietest class you've ever taken.
Yeah. And
I'm like, it was interesting. It was fun. I passed it. I don't know a look of it anymore. No, I don't. I don't know any of it.
Yeah, I teach the kids that I babysit sign language.
And then, where did you meet David? Was he?
David was I was at the apartments. Let's see, I broke a toe, and then I had to wear this boot, and then this boot, I was walking crooked, and then I had a back problem, and then he was a massage therapist, and he was the neighbor. He was a friend of my neighbor, I think. Introduced us, and from then on, I always went to David because he re-educated my body because I was over-adjusted by a chiropractor, and I wasn't. I was very frail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember, he was.
He was in Australia. I talked to him last week.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's doing real well. He makes lots of money.
Tell me say hello.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was I remember him for like we would see him periodically, but for years.
Yeah, with the dog.
With the dog.
Blind dude with the dog.
I'd be worried if there was a blind dude without a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used to take us to, I think, the culture, like, because he used to take us to the like the Easter on the church.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
yeah.
So you'd always take us out to like little, whether it was the deaf concert,
Mm-hmm.
and then the retelling of the death of Christ on
the Easter one was a good one. Yeah.
It was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
The one year I remember was a very graphic retelling, and I don't even know if they always kept it that graphic. Like they were just whipping this guy. I enjoyed it. Like it was interesting, but I think that was like the start of like my love for the theater.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it was a production.
It was a huge production.
Yes.
There was real animals.
Yes.
Like it was like Lion King.
Yeah.
It was like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah. Oh, church.
Man, how did you get into those?
Okay. One of the guys at Craftmatic, he was an usher at that church.
Okay.
And since we were doing sign language,
Yeah.
we used to sit in there with the sign language little group, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. So you and Nikki until 5. Nikki almost has a problem getting into school because of her birthday by like what, a day?
8 hours. She was born 8 hours too late.
Whoa, the deadline is here. Sorry, come back next year. And you were
Right.
like, F that.
I didn't say that. She's too smart. So let's get her tested. So that cost me a couple $100, and we got her in school.
And she went to the same school that Rand and going to.
Yeah.
She moves into Grover's with us.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki and I share a room for a minute. We all go to school together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We always had people living with us, it seemed. Because we had my aunt and my cousin move in. My 2 cousins. Who was it? Megan, Joseph. So you were probably not
I wasn't there. I was,
not around as much,
right.
but keeping an eye on, but just okay. I'll think to mom on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you think she'll ever be on?
I don't know. Maybe. I have threw out the idea for episode 100. She should come on and say hi for a minute. And she like didn't. There was no hard no.
Yeah. Okay.
But as far as like anything like this, oh yeah, no. I think I could talk her into it. Of like, let's record, and then nothing releases until everybody's dead. Like kind of like a like classified documents with the FBI. Like
right.
we have to keep them all sealed and redacted for like 50 years. Yeah. Cause she was, cause like the interesting thing about mom is the keeper of secrets in like she was a very social person for years.
Yes.
For years. It was like
and she knows a lot of people.
She does. It was whoever she was working with, and then she started working at the motor vehicles, and then she meeting all a bunch of people, and then the pool leagues, the dart leagues, and just like, and then whatever people that we were hanging out with at whatever times, like there was always people around. She knows things.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always like, yeah, I don't know if she'll, I think eventually she will. I don't know. I'd have to sell her on a very specific topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The goal is to do a deep dive similar to this, of everything.
Yeah.
I don't think she is in no way eager to get like her life story out. Like, to be fair, it's kind of like this whole idea of like had I been doing this for like 5-10 years, maybe I could have got her by now. But now she's like a year and a half in, she's older, wiser, and she's like, I don't say anything. I'm not gonna say anything now. But she is a fascinating. I love,
and she is a great supporter.
She is.
Yes.
I have always loved her journey.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say mine like mirrors her in any way, but like I get most of my independence from seeing her independence. If that kind of makes sense. So, like, Rhiannon's moved back a half a dozen times. Nikki stayed until 24, 25. And there's nothing wrong with any of that.
Yeah, because she was in school.
But for whatever reason, I was like, boom, out. And I was like, I could do it because my mom did it. And I was like, just like, I don't know. I've always like, I strived to be mom in that way of like that independentness.
Right.
And kind of this.
As long as you can work.
Yes.
Have the money to support yourself.
Yep.
Not go in the hole.
Right.
Learn how to drive at age 27. Only out of necessity because you want to see your kids.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I think it's the other reason why you learn to drive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they lived closer and I could still bus to and from or walk,
you would.
I would have.
Yeah.
She's a fascinating lady.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that she doesn't want that story out there, but when I first started the podcast, when I started to play around with the idea, was like we had like 3 or 4 very long Monday conversations, and I was just like, as the oldest, and I don't think like I don't know. As the oldest, like there's a certain responsibility I think I have of being like keeping track of where everybody kind of came from, what they're up to, what they're doing.
Right.
Because mom always knows what everybody's up to.
Because your mom has an inner clock that says, "Gee, it's Thursday, 3:00. Mm-hmm. It's time to call."
Right.
Gee, it's Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. I have to call. She's. I talked to Nikki the other day, and I was sick last week, an RSV kind of thing. So I had Dispatch Health come to my house because I was sick. Come to find out, Kari's sick and she's sick, and Kari was real bad. And I'm finding out 2 or 3 days later. I says, "I'm sorry, did I give it to you?" Because when I got it like quick. Mm-hmm. And they got it like 4 days after me. So it wasn't necessarily me, but she was out shopping and doing things. And then they got sick. So I don't know, but there's something out there going.
Yeah.
I was bad.
Yeah.
She said she was bad, but she didn't give me her symptom. Mine was all in the lungs.
Yeah. But yeah, as like the idea, as the podcast, began, it was because it was Liam who was like, "I want to know what you were doing when you were a kid."
Right.
Like what was like, and then it was like, "What did your mom do? What did she do?"
Grandma had a life.
Right. So when I was talking to mom about it, I was like, I think it'd be kind of a cool way to like to have the fun conversations, but at the same time, like if we're already recording anyway, like this oral history, and then the whole idea of like talking to my dad's side of the family and everything else, because it's the idea is once you and mom go, what happens to me, Rhiannon, and Nikki? Like, do we stay close? So the podcast is like, all right, we're going to try to keep us all together and then document everybody's story. So that way we could tell Liam, Sophie, JJ about you, about mom, and then their kids about, and then anything upwards. So mom will eventually record with me somewhere. I don't know where. The caveat will be, I'm almost 90% sure I can eventually talk her into be like, nobody will hear these. I just need, because like, it's one of those things where it's like, so because we're always asking questions, and there's one question that Liam and I we've stopped asking about, but it all was part of this idea of like, once everybody goes, we want to like, I need to somewhere there needs to be documented.
You need some answers. What was the question?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a weird one. I'm still slowly looking into it, but not really. But yeah, I think just for for documentation purposes, I think she would talk to me. And then I think I can have her on and hang out. I'd love to have you and Mom watch Ted Lasso and then do like a rewatch.
Okay.
Because I know Liam and I would love it. We got season 4 coming out soon. So like this is the best time for you guys to catch up.
Yeah.
Because this is one of our favorite shows. So, but she'd come on and do some fun stuff.
Okay.
Who should I do next for a big deep dive? 6-7 hour. What do you think? Obviously my dad, but
that would be a whole different country.
It would be amazing. That guy is the hardest guy in the world to lock down.
Yeah.
But
because he's got so many stories.
Yeah.
You know,
and he's got a huge family.
Yeah.
Do you wish your family was bigger? Like his family, like
my mom's family. I mean, it was all big.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of cousins and still hang around with cousins, Doreen and Tucson and whatnot. But we were a big family. Mother's side of the family.
Yeah.
Father's side of the family.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, my dad, all this momentum that we've had coming out of Chronicon, everything moving forward and everything else, I'm developing this like don't take no for an answer. So like if I can't lock him down, I'm plotting and scheming and be like, I'll just go to him. I'm like, screw, and like so we should have some dad episodes soon. I want to say, well, soon is relative, but yeah, because I think it'd be fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know that much about the guy.
Yeah. We have to do a twin thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have her come on. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, we could do a twin thing.
Is there a Twins Day? Like on the calendar? Or is it just your guys' birthday? I mean, they have a day for everything else.
Yeah. I think there is a Twins Day. I'll have to research that.
It'd probably be something like a 222, but that would be triplets. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's fun. I'm excited because you opened it up to like everybody else. Everybody else is fair game now. Like I can get Rhiannon, like the lost years, like in high school, like what was she doing? Her marriage,
right?
The fall of her marriage, right? Yeah. Then where she's doing now, and she's globetrotting now like a crazy person. And then Nikki, same thing. Like, and again, what's interesting is I want to have the conversations. Like, there's a chance that you and I will have another sit down where we go a little bit more like unplugged.
Okay.
And then based off of what comes out of that, may or may not ever go out, but at least that we have it.
Yeah.
Just because you never know. And then there's like, I'm waiting for someone to call me out on it, but like conveniently, I always leave myself out of the deep dive. I'm like,
right.
Like, oh, we don't need to hear about me. It's hear about everybody else. But I don't know. Did you like doing this?
Oh yeah. It's it brings family closer together.
Yeah.
It's a bonding.
Yeah.
It's a bonding time.
Yeah. I think it's like it's weirdly like the coolest idea I've ever had. Like it makes sense. And it's because I was worried, not worried, but I always think back. I'm like, oh, I've been doing this for like 10 years. I'm like, I don't think I was mentally equipped to handle what we're doing now 10 years ago.
Right. No, you couldn't.
No, I needed that.
Right.
I needed rock bottom, that 40-year-old, like I'm going to die soon, like clarity.
Right.
But it would be interesting to see what.
And it took your son to open your eyes about,
right?
Well, who's she?
Right.
She's my mother. She's my mother's mother. She's that story that you tried to explain to him. Yeah, that's how this started.
All right. So we go to school. We move from Grover's to Michigan. Phil comes back for a minute. Are you more present?
No, I don't think so.
Because now we're in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working. Rhiannon eventually got a job. Nikki's still nicking it around. And then Phil leaves. Mom goes to Ricky with Nikki. Rhiannon-ish slowly goes. I separate and move in my senior year with a friend. Yeah.
I'm not in your life right there.
No, because I, for whatever reason, like, yeah, high school, mom would still take me to school. So me and mom were still fine. And then she gets the place by the bowling alley. And then I go over there, hang out with Nikki. Me and Nikki kind of reconnect a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Circa 2002.
At the townhouse.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, townhouse. Yeah, I was around.
Okay.
Pretty much then.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm living just this side of Union.
Oh, yes, because we all bought the houses together.
Yes.
That's right, because I bought mine in 2004. You got yours just after me.
Yes.
And then mom just after you.
Right.
And we were all within a mile and a half of each other.
Right.
I love it.
And then Nikki, she's just a couple miles west.
Right. And the Rhiannon
is all over the world.
Yeah, she is.
Love the stories about the cabin up in Montana.
All right. What are your impressions? So there's like I just skipped an entire
decade. Okay.
What are your impressions today, Grandma, looking at Nikki? What do you
at Nikki? She is one unique individual. She's got a lifestyle. She's got a lifestyle outside of a lifestyle. I mean, she's got her life with her mom and me and you, and she's got her life with Sandy, and then she's got her life at school, and a life with Edwin, and they have date night, and she's going down many paths, and she's enjoying her life.
Yes.
And I think that's cool.
Where do you think she gets that from?
I
mean, obviously
being
I can ask
independent and being herself.
Okay.
I don't know. I like to take a little bit of credit for starting her out young, and then teaching her what I can teach her, and to stand up for herself and things like that. And
huge kudos for taking, like, not worried about taking an unconventional path, and just being okay with it, and just like you said, just being her and just doing her thing. What are some of the things you're proudest of for Nikki?
Her schooling, her teaching, her ambition, her path with kids. It took it a lot further than I saw her growing. And
dedicated. Holy cow!
Yes.
She had that roadmap all the way back to Townhouse. Like she's like, here's what I'm gonna do, like almost by the year. I think Nikki even said that there was the like on this roadmap, it was I think it was what did she have JJ before she graduated?
After
somewhere there was it's funny because I vaguely remember saying that what one or two things switched by a year, like one thing happened before she originally planned it, but everything still happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
was a teacher. I remember I used to babysit for JJ when he was little, like under a year, and they would put him in a room and say goodnight and close the door and leave. And I thought that was the strangest thing ever. Boy, what a good baby to go to bed. You know, they just taught him right. And I was there a lot when he was growing up little and just starting to walk and whatever.
It's real important for her that JJ has that relationship that she had with you early on. So she loves that. She loves the relationship that you and JJ have.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that. She's also said that, well, my roles and her roles are different because you're in your grandma's house, you're under her role.
Right.
What we do different is we just enjoy life with each other, you know. And he always, Grandma, you want to play a game? You know, he's now into card games and we do dominoes. I had regular dominoes, and then I just bought a big box of dominoes with all the numbers.
Yeah, like 1 through 15 or 16?
Yeah, 16. Oh, we played that yesterday. I got it on my phone. It took us a while to do it, but yeah, we and backgammon.
Yeah,
you know, still trying to teach them strategy and backgammon. Liam got it good.
Yeah. I think, well, that goes back to all the video games that you introduced me to, and then I introduced Liam to, is this, a lot of it's just kind of like mindless and whatever, but like at its core, there are certain strategies and logic and things that you can pick up from a game. So Liam's been playing games for a while. Rhiannon, what are some of the things you're happy to see from Rhiannon? What are you proud of with Rhiannon?
Her achievement in her work field. Being and I can't remember what you call her. She's the one that takes the businesses and puts them in with the big business. And there's a word for that. But she does that, and she works from home, and she does... I would go to Vegas, and we would be baking Christmas cookies and stuff and whatever. I've always spent time with Rhiannon because wherever she goes, I mean, I love to go visit.
Yeah.
Now she's in Montana. We'll just have to go visit, you know, because your mom and I make good travel partners. You know, we like to do that. But she's accomplished. She's taken on the head role of the house basically because he's kind of like retired, but he's working on his own house, so you know, he's doing stuff. But and that's something that she wants him to feel comfortable with, you know. But she's a little party girl. Yeah. On the side, but she's so much business also. So I am proud of her achievement and climbing the corporate ladder, making good money, So, I'm proud of her. Proud of Nikki. I'm proud of you. Look what you're doing.
It's been a wild ride.
you're a dad to 2 kids. You pay your child support. You give them not only child support, but you give them you.
Well,
they get
more
they
now,
have
but yeah.
you. Well, they've always had you since baby. You've had them since baby, both of them.
Yeah. It's been a blast. Like I would be like I'm curious to do Rhiannon and Nikki, because if they're mid 30s or anything like my mid 30s, like I would love to hear like the train wrecks.
Yeah.
Like before. Right now, I feel we're all we're all very well. We're doing good.
Yes.
But man, Nikki knows some. I hear little nuggets that she drops. Rhiannon, like I would just be curious on like how much all three of us have in common of like the we'll call it like the 20 somethings into like the 30 somethings and be curious those. What about mom? What are you proud about for mom?
Oh, your mom, she always impressed me as being a really good mother.
Mm-hmm.
One-on-one with you kids. I mean, she would have time with you and she would give you that mother thing and you would talk. Time with Rhiannon, she would talk with Rhiannon a different way, but Rhiannon being her child,
right.
And then with Nikki, she was always a mother, and she nourished each one of you. Although all three of you are different, she's got that down pat, with all three of you. Listening to the Mother's Day program with you 3 kids, that was the best podcast that I've heard in a long time, with all 3 of you, getting together.
Yeah, it was interesting because it was we all grew up in the same house for a minute, but there's moments of like there was 3 different moms in that house.
Yeah,
like there's the one mom, and then we each have a special piece of her.
Yes.
And same with you. You and Nikki have a special bond.
Yes, we do.
You and Rhiannon have one, and then you and I have our little bond. I love the fact that you guys, the both of you, have given each of us a little piece of yourself that's a little bit special.
That's special to you.
Yeah,
special to Nikki and special to Rhiannon.
Look back at the whole family unit.
Okay.
Holidays. You're sitting back watching us all play games.
Oh yeah.
I saw you looking. I saw you watching Rhiannon banging tables and Norwallen and JJ fucking just picking up games and rolling dice and everything else. What are the things that go through your head on a holiday when you get to see everybody just hanging out and kind of just we're all there, like literally the whole.
Well, the week before Thanksgiving, we had a lot of fun with that card game.
Yeah, Skippo.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish we would have done that on Thanksgiving. I would have joined in on that.
Yeah,
but I didn't join in on these games. But just listening to the camaraderie and everything, as a family, having fun. I mean, just having fun. You don't have to talk religion. You don't have to talk politics. You don't have to talk anything except have fun with family. Right. And I thought that was cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. We got Christmas coming up, so we get another. What's nice is with Rhiannon being a more or less snowbird. We got more opportunity to try to get it. And then the podcast is nice too, because we can kind of help.
Right.
Like what will be nice is, kind of keep tabs on everybody, even though if we're not all together, but, it's been a blast. It's definitely interesting. This year, last year, just like because of the podcast, it's not even just because of the podcast, just because I turned 40. I see and notice, like I'm way more like hyper focused, aware of what's happening around, and just cherishing all those just little moments, and just realizing like how many of them have gone, and being like, well, I don't want to forget any of those things moving forward. Yeah, it's a fun journey. I mean, we got 15, 20 more years.
Yeah, I'm hoping for at least 15.
95?
Myself, yeah.
You'd be happy at 95?
Yeah, I would be happy at 95.
All right, so 95. So what is that?
15 years, 14 years.
14 years. So that will put Liam 28. Where do you see 28-year-old Liam?
Whoa, I don't know. I don't know because he's so into wrestling, and that's not going to be after high school. It's going to stop after high school.
You think? What if he gets scholarships? Goes to Ivy League school for wrestling?
Well, hey, that would be great. But what is his studies going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wrestling is just wrestling.
Oh, he's all about it.
Yes, and as he should be. But that's not going to take him through life.
He's not going to be 28 still wrestling.
No, he's not.
It's going to get him up to a certain point.
And then he's going to have to go into a field of choice, whatever he's...
what do you say? Teaching. We'd be interested in teaching.
Teaching what?
Good question. All right, we'll have to ask him.
Well, Nikki knows that she wanted to teach, but she wanted special ed. She knew.
Yeah. All right. JJ's 10.
JJ's 10.
25-year-old JJ, where's he at?
Oh, wow. I think he will continue with the Taekwondo because he's looking at maybe going to regionals next year with Taekwondo.
And Taekwondo is a hobby that you can continue.
Well, I think he wants to make it a career also, possibly teaching.
Okay.
And he has mentioned, but whether that, because he's 10, he could change his mind at 12, He's going to
be a rock climber next year.
That's true. That's true.
Sophia 4. 19, just graduated high school.
Oh, life is so spectacular. I can see her being professional. Something professional. Rhiannon's got it. Mm-hmm. You've got it. Nikki has it. I could see it continuing on,
Right.
Whatever profession she wants to be in. It'll take her high. Yeah.
The podcast.
17
years old. Is it still doing?
Yes, it is. And you're taking it to another level where you can quit your other jobs and start.
What year would that be? Like year 5, 6? Just give me a roadmap. I don't want to work 2 jobs anymore.
Let me get the tarot cards out, Yeah.
All right.
Haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. Still doing regular Chasing the Whimsy?
Yes, I am.
So we're up to like episode 1,000.
I caught one of the kids, girl.
Alice?
Yeah, I think so. I was in the car and came on in the phone. It was on my phone, so it came on my car radio. So every time I'm in the car, it just picks it up, So I don't keep up with it as much as I should, but I do all the Monday nooners. I do all the Saturday nighters. Except for last Saturday, I was sick.
36. Nothing groundbreaking. 35 was a complete mess of a show.
I heard about that. But you recovered. You said you recovered.
I did recover. And 36 was Nikki and I feuding over the down or going up the down slides. And she says, you can't do it. I say, you can do whatever you want. All right. So 15 years. I think we can accept as a family to give you 15 more years.
Yeah. I'll take it.
You be happy with 95?
Yeah.
Anything else that you okay? So then, what do you do for the next 15 years? Like, what is an 81-year-old lady? What are her 15-year goals?
Well, I want a puppy.
Okay,
so I want a dog.
Which your track record says will go with you all the way to the end.
Oh yeah, because it'll be my last dog.
Okay.
We'll expire together.
All right.
More or less. But you need a little companion.
All right.
Let's see, Mr. Right. Haven't met him yet, but if he shows up in those 15 years, we'll make the best of it.
I've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
All right. You guys travel?
Oh, I love to travel.
So Mr. Right, is he older or younger?
Same age.
Okay. So
But I prefer younger. Because I'm a cougar.
So he's retired, got a little bit of money.
Oh, yeah.
You guys going on a trip? Where you guys going?
I've always wanted to do the United States, not necessarily London. Well, I've been to London a couple of times, but just to see the United States, just travel the
RV?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A luxury RV, not just an RV. A luxury. Yes.
All right, so you're going to travel a little bit?
That's something I always wanted to do.
What does Mr. Right like to do as a hobby in his off time?
Oh, gee. As long as it doesn't pertain to any sports, it'd be fine.
All right.
No footballs. No. Yeah.
Painter?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Sit at the house. He's in the back painting, and you're just gardening and just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a amazing last ran out to 15 of just basically do what you're doing now, but just have this guy over here in the corner.
Yeah.
What if we don't like him?
Oh, you'd have to like him.
I don't like him. He's taking my grandma away from me.
No, he's a bonus. He's a bonus. He's not a distraction. He's a bonus.
Does he buy me gifts?
Of course.
All right, fair enough.
Of course.
I'll accept Mr. Right.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want you to think anything, but I do love to live alone. I don't know.
You could buy the place down the street.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like we are together.
Yeah.
But 3 minutes away.
Apart. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're not seeking him, but if he comes around, so be it.
Yeah.
All right.
I've always said Mr. Right.
You think he's out there?
Sure.
You don't think it's somebody from the past?
Oh, no. Absolutely
not.
Absolutely not.
Is Richie still alive?
He's in Florida. The west side of Florida.
And he was older.
6 years younger.
6 years younger. I knew that. Shit. I did know that. Okay. So
yes.
So he's 75.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did he go to Florida?
His wife wanted to get away from me. His wife wanted him away from me, basically, because every time we were together, because we were such a loving couple, she would always see that love that he had for me.
Didn't we all? There was a 2-year span. Didn't we go and see him a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
I remember.
I know he went back home, live in Elmwood Park. His mother passed away first, I believe, and I know he was living in Franklin Park. Joyce told me that his name came across her desk, Franklin Park address. So he stayed there till his dad died. And I guess then they went to Florida.
Mr. Right. Do you marry Mr. Right, or are you okay just being with Mr. Right for 15 years?
I think it's optional.
I know. I mean, what do you want? Do you want the married thing again?
No, I just want the romance.
Okay. Right.
I think romance is good.
All right.
And being a part of a unit.
Someone there being part of a unit, you don't need that piece of paper anymore. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Give me 15 years, boom.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, why not?
I like it. All right. Well, I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah, I think it was good.
It was all over the place, but I enjoyed it. I think it was fun. So there might be one more eventually, because you had hinted at a couple of different stories that we didn't get into, why you left Chicago. I know that there's just some drama somewhere. Maybe we can get into, but I would definitely continue recording again with you about God knows what. That may or may not ever go out, so it might just be for me.
Hey,
so
that's okay too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for you. So this will be a two-parter. That's so funny. I'm saying that this is a two-parter, but by the time you're hearing this, you've already heard the first part.
Right.
So I should have said it when the computer broke. Anyway, all right. That's all I got for you.
Okay. It's been a pleasure.
Yay.
Whimsy.